They feel just a bit foolish for having fallen for his perfect pitch. But some local women say they are fearful that if they don't come forward, others will be hurt too. Women found him on Facebook under the name David Fieri, and on a long list of his Facebook friends are women who had to meet the body and the man.
Well, of course, the pictures online were amazing. He was perfect.
But it wasn't just the photo that lured women, according to this woman from Clarkston who didn't want to be identified. David Fieri's profile says he was a sniper in Afghanistan who was paid by the kill, is now a federal agent, and co-owner of the largest online travel business in the world, with photos posted of million-dollar houses, a Ferrari convertible, and Escalades.
And he said he was the CEO of a company. He was very busy, didn't have time to meet people. And I had talked with him so much at this point and emailed and texted. And I kind of felt like I knew him, like I couldn't wait to meet this guy.
And when they met him, he had to explain some things, like why they had to pick him up.
He had gotten carjacked. He said that they got his FBI ID, stole all his money.
His FBI ID?
Yes.
Another woman tells a similar story.
He said he couldn't get into his bank account because he didn't have any ID because of the carjacking.
Now the women know that the man in the Facebook photo is actually bodybuilder Chad Shaw from Madison, Wisconsin. And this man is David Klotz.
You guys are harassing me. Get away from me. Tell these girls that I don't want nothing to do with them. Leave me alone.
He's the man who was using Chad's photo under 9 different aliases. Ironically, we caught up with Klotz online at a local library after he wouldn't return our phone calls. But more on that later. So why do women want to warn you about him?
He pushed the door open and put his hands around my throat, and I said, "You're out, get out of here." And he grabbed his stuff and left, and that's when I called the police.
At first I thought I was the only victim, and we find out now that it's not the case.
They say when they caught on to Klotz and confronted him, he went after them. Toledo police arrested him for stalking, and there's concern investigators haven't heard from other victims.
This guy's like a one-man crime wave. He's just a professional thief. He plays upon people's emotions. He was stealing. There were some accusations of some violent crime, which he was not convicted of, but the accusations were there.
So far, the accusations haven't led to charges, but several women told me Klotz physically or sexually assaulted them, but they didn't want to go on camera. The number of women complaining about Klotz continues to grow on the Stop David Klotz Facebook page, where they make accusations against him. Bodybuilder Chad also complains on the site. He's angry that Klotz has used his photos for years. So what's the real David Klotz story? Well, he lives here at the Cherry Street Mission, a homeless shelter for men in downtown Toledo. The managers there tell me Klotz can no longer use Mission computers because women complain to them about Klotz. We found him at the Toledo Public Library, jockeying his many online relationships. And when David left the library for the day, we asked about his online life.
So when were you with the FBI? I never said I was with the FBI. Get away from me. I'm warning you. It's the last chance.
So help us understand all this.
I don't have to help you understand anything. It's a free country. Leave me alone.
It is a free country, but if you cross certain lines...
No, I haven't crossed any lines, so leave me alone.
Even Klotz's own brother says that David is a phony.
Somebody somewhere is going to get hurt, and somebody somewhere is going to get hurt bad.
In Florida, a woman claims he stole some $25,000 from her. In Michigan and Ohio, women spent hundreds on him hoping to be repaid, but never were. He spent months in an Ohio prison for failing to pay child support.
I don't want anything to do with you.
He didn't talk very much in that first encounter on the street, but the next day, Klotz agreed to sit for an interview in the park next to the library. So, was he violent with women, grabbing them by the throat?
I've never been physical with any female that I've ever been with.
You never grabbed her by the throat?
No.
And what about meeting women online, using Chad's photo as bait?
There's a problem. Yeah, that's why I said I know I have to change to make it work when I do meet somebody, and I'm not meeting anybody online from now on.
No apologies.
I apologize to everyone if I hurt you. It wasn't my intention to hurt you. Next time I'm on TV, if there is a next time, I want to be on for a good reason, not for hurting women.
Since our interview with him, Klotz has taken down the Facebook page with Chad's photo. You heard him promise not to mislead women on the web in the future, but we found 6 new social website listings for him. In one of them, he's still using Chad Shaw's picture. Bill Proctor, Channel 7 Action News.